Do you have zero self-esteem? Never fear, dear viewer, because let me introduce the Galaxy S25 Edge. So during Samsung's Unpacked event where we saw the earth-shattering new S25s, they teased an Edge model of the phone and hung it on a wire. It's great marketing, Samsung. Thus far, we know nothing about this phone apart from its name. It looks like it has capacitive volume buttons and only 2 cameras, which we didn't have since, 2018. It's just a thin phone. It's not a foldable. God knows why they used the word Edge. I mean, that was used when the phone literally flowed over onto the edge. What's Edge about this? Is it for edgy 14-year-olds? Where else have we heard of a super thin phone with worse cameras? No, God! The iPhone 17 Air. Samsung made a knockoff iPhone that doesn't even exist. Don't say that technically because the Edge came up before the Air that Samsung invented this. Nobody was asking for thinner phones. That was never a concern. This is probably going to be insanely expensive, probably $1,200. Who is going to spend $1,000 plus on a phone that has a worse battery, worse cameras, all for a design they won't even be able to notice? Because the second you get this thing, you're going to have to throw a case on it because, good God, the things those poor cameras will be subjected to if they did have a case. And if you guys enjoyed, please drop a subscribe because we're trying to hit 1,000 for Valentine.
Pathetic.
I really hope that Samsung is just trolling us and there's some secret new functionality. Perhaps that's why they're keeping this thing under wraps and have delayed the launch to April to avoid it competing with the S25 Ultra. I wouldn't hold my breath because this is the same company whose strategy post 2015 is just to copy Apple. This goes against everything Android stands for. This is pure FOMO function. We spent the last decade begging companies, especially Apple, to make bigger, thicker phones with better batteries, and it worked. Phones nowadays have great battery lives. Even my budget cheap Xiaomi has a 5,000 mAh battery. So why are we going backwards? It's not a budget phone. It's not for the hardcore pros. They're going with the Ultra. It's not the portability one because that's what the Flip is for. It's not really a vanity status symbol phone because A, it's a Samsung phone, and Samsung phones will always be known as the cheap phones that you buy until you can afford an iPhone. What? I'm sorry, but that's just how it is for most people. And secondly, with the case on, this thing will look like a mid-range A55 because it only has 2 cameras. So here's what's going to happen, right? The people who buy this thing, when you take it out of the box, you're going to be amazed by the crazy engineering. And then you're going to immediately slap your $2 Amazon case on it. And the next thing you know, your hand is soaking in those carcinogenic microplastics. And you're smacked in the face with the realization that you wasted $1,200 on a phone made from Twitter leaks. Your balls are full of plastic, they no longer work, and your bloodline deservedly comes to a cataclysmic end. There are 2 things that I think have to happen. This phone has to fail. We assure companies that we are not impressed by their vanity projects, and it's going to take a little bit more than making literal microscopic differences to excite us. If this crash and burns, hopefully Apple takes some notes and tries harder with their phone. So guys, please be smart, don't buy this thing, do something more useful and light your money on fire. And secondly, to the only people who are going to actually buy this thing, the tech YouTubers. Please, for the love of God, don't phone over this thing. I'm already seeing articles just sucking up to this thing, calling it the most exciting thing ever, right? We call ourselves tech heads and techie people, so let's not degrade ourselves and salivate over a couple of millimeters. It's not gonna change the world. I have to give a shout out to MKBHD because despite him getting the phone early, while the event was still taking place, he was one of the few YouTubers that actually called out how pathetic of an upgrade the S25 lineup was. There was a lot of others who were just the Olympic level mental gymnastics these people went through to convince themselves that anything of value happened at the Unpacked event. We have hit rock bottom in smartphone innovation. Let's not delude ourselves into thinking it's anything but that. In fact, I'm actually working on a video on how Android betrayed their users, so stay tuned for that. Let me know what you think about the phone in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you enjoyed and want to see more. Thank you. God bless. Have fun. Be happy. Bye-bye.